The style that I did here was based on a design style. It's obviously graffiti influenced, but my influences in graffiti also come from other sources. My mother used to collect a lot of Asian potteries and then just other ancient cultures. So I kind of mesh it all in together. Cholo writing, just more of the design shapes and some blossoms. That style is very easy on the eyes. It has a nice flow. I don't necessarily like to paint over the whole entire mirror. It adds a nice dimension to it because you could obviously still use the mirror. I like a lot of muted things, you know. So the colors actually work for me very well, being, you know, white and black and silver to kind of accent the metallics, and then a little bit of gold. So I grew up in Mid-City, was heavily influenced by gang culture, you know, since I was a kid. Gangster writing and stuff like that. That's still kind of influencing my style today. LA graffiti has always had, I guess, its influence in gang writing, but I still keep those roots kind of embedded in my work. Graffiti is always something that's been kind of born out of something that didn't have rules. So when I'm painting my thing, I kind of want to try different things. I don't feel anyone could really tell me what I can or can't use on the street, you know what I mean?
I painted the kitchen, the doors of the kitchen. That's where those characters are at. I painted three characters that are abstract. They make no sense, but they're characters. I just go at it, man. I just start painting. I think it's that kid inside of me. It's just there, man, having fun, you know? Just like all of us. They don't make sense, they're not correct, you know, it's just like kids' drawings. There's no detail, there's no like realism to it, you know, it's just fun lines, you know, and colors. That's what it is. It's a great experience painting with other people that I've never painted before. They see me as a graffiti artist. Some people see me as a tagger, painter, you know, or graphic designer, but I just like to draw, so I don't know what that means. I like to, you know, paint and bomb. I guess now as you get older, you know, I don't know, somehow reality gets a hold of you.
On the base of my drawing there's a rock, and the rock was perfectly fine being a rock until one day it felt this force that was blowing on it, you know, and it was the wind was blowing over its back and it was bothering the rock, and the rock was like, what is this, you know? He asked God, I want to be the wind. So boom, he becomes the wind. Blows over the trees, blows over the mountain, can blow through anywhere, can go all over the world, until one day he feels this wet drops on its back. And it's the rain, and the rain can pour down on the wind, and the wind is like, what is this? I'm the mighty wind. God tells him, well, what's the rain? This is the rain? So he's like, I want to be the rain. So boom, the wind becomes the rain. And the rain is fine, perfectly happy. It goes all over the world. Everything has to take cover from the rain. It can rain on the trees, it can rain on the water, it can rain on the people, everything's subject to it. Till one day he feels this heat on his back. He's like, what is this heat on my back? Dang. And what it ends up being is that the heat is the sun. So he tells God, and boom, he becomes the sun. The sun, you know, starts the day and ends the day. And, you know, the sun is like beating down on everything, super happy and proud of itself, and is looking down on the ground, and everybody has to be subject to it. And everybody moves and gets out of his way, except for this little tiny thing that he sees on the ground. And the little tiny thing that he sees on the ground that isn't affected by the sun is the rock. So he becomes the rock again. So he becomes the rock again. So he becomes the rock.